told you not to worry, but
What?
maybe that's a lie. Honey, what's your hurry? Won't you stay inside?
What it takes to write a book. So I want someone who's had the experience to share it with us. First off, what made you decide to write a book?
Well, I shared this about a month ago at my book launch, and I was telling them I was actually not too far from here during the summer. I was there with my granddaughter that's now 22, and I guess it was about 5 or 6, and they were swimming, and so I was sitting there up under this umbrella and watching my grandkids. I had all 3 of them. I had Ron, Asia, Deasia, and Raquel, and we raised our grandkids. So I was there with them, and I was just sitting there, and I'm a journaler. I have journals like rubber bands. There's 3 or 4 or 5 books, and I put that set down, then I start on another. And I was sitting there, and it came to me and said, you're going to write a book. I also received a download, you're going to do a podcast. I even had the name of the podcast. And you're going to, now I didn't even really know anything too much about the internet or whatnot. And I wrote that down, and I said I was going to graduate with my bachelor's. And I was like, okay. Writing it down, and I time stamped it. So I have the book today. I still have it. And from that point, I just began to continue to do life. And sometimes life begins to life you. And so, you doing this and you're building, right? And so I just kept moving on. And then when I got into school, COVID, I don't know, but COVID shifted in my life. And I haven't been the same since. And I know a lot of people had losses, and we did too. But during that time, I was able to sit down, because I think we can get into the drum of things and we just keep going, and we never take time to really sit and think. So it made me had to sit down and just think. And I spent a lot of time with myself. Outdoors, I found out that birds were coming. Well, I didn't know the birds were coming to my house because I was gone during that time of day. So then I found out all of these things. But during COVID, I started back to school. And from that point, things began to just be birthed. But what I will say with the conception of faith is that seed was planted. And it was planted really long ago, but at different times it changes. In different environments, you grow differently. And I think with me, I needed to, I was always in somebody else's field. I want to say that too, which is nothing wrong with that. But I had to sit because you couldn't get with friends, remember, during COVID? So that means you had to go in and deal with you. And it was a good time, and I began to deal with me, and then I began to have introspection and reflection on really what I wanted to accomplish. Okay, because the grandkids are big now, graduate from school, high school. I no longer needed to be in that sense of their life, right? So now what would this chapter of my life bring? So then I began to sit, and it got in school, and it began to come apart. And then when I had to write that thesis, it just all started coming because I've always been a writer.
So you transition your natural passion, the natural things that you did, into something that produced a product that you could share with the world. That's
You put
beautiful.
it good.
I like it.
I don't know about all that, but you sure said it good. It sounds good. I love it.
So let me ask you a question. When you wrote the book and you went back and looked at it, because you know how it is, you find you when you do anything that's like you put yourself out there. Like if you put together a piece of an outfit, or you put together a piece of art, you step back and you look at it. When you step back and look at the conception of faith, what was the part that struck you the most?
It was actually how God dealt with me with the seed. And then I had to go do research with all of that and talking about pregnancy, and I had never looked at my faith that way. How things are grown, but it starts from a a small seed. And I know we all know the cliche about the mustard seed, right? But the mustard seed, do you know it expands? It's massive. When it's up under, it's massive. And it was just going out during that time. All the things I was doing was a part of that seed being spreaded out and in growth. And that's what really, when I look at that book and I went back, I was like, wow. But I had to do research though.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have not read the book, of course we have book copies here for you all, but we want you guys to understand that when you have an author at your fingertips, that is precious. So that's why the signing was so important, because not only do you get to hear a piece of her heart in word format, you get a piece of her signature on it as well. I have another question. So you told us your journey behind the book, talked about the part that struck you the most. What are you most grateful for in this experience of writing this book?
That I will be able to be impactful and leaving a legacy. Maybe I start crying.
No, somebody get the tissue. I'm practicing being Oprah, so this is perfect.
You get a book, and you get a book, and you.
That's right.
But you get to see your life, and this is my whole entire, well, not all of it, but majority of my life is in this book. Things that I, like going to Africa and being a missionary and going in the bush and ministering to people and seeing how they live, and just being so grateful that I have the opportunity to come in and change someone's life, giving them one kind word, doing a prayer with them, doing a leadership class or whatever I was called to do while I was there. And whatever I found my hands to do, that's what I did. So with this book, it's for me to be impactful, to tell you also to never give up. And what is old? I'm 65 years young.
And look good.
Yeah, I just celebrated my 65th birthday in October. And when I said born in 1960, when I had to get that t-shirt, I told my granddaughter and I said, what? When I look back, I said, 1960, oh my God. But to be able to be impactful and to give you exposure, I think because exposure, to me, opens you up. And if you're never exposed to a lot of things I'm visual, I'm very visual. And I think sometimes we can hear things, we can read things, but when we see them, the eyes are the eye gate to our souls. And so when you begin to look at things, you can see it differently when you are exposed to it and you put sight onto it. And
I have one more question, then we'll open it up in case the audience have questions as well. And she didn't prepare for these, so she's just good at what she does.
I did.
My question, can you tell us about how, because we talked about your business, how did you decide I'm going to start Constance Smiley-Dial Ministries?
Wow. Well, I believe that when I did Trinity, that was the beginning, because Trinity stood for the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So that's why it's Trinity. And that was the beginning of one company. And so to start Dr. Constance Smiley-Dial Ministries, to me, it was just an ad. It was a part of that. So what I want to do within that is to help others, to provide for people in Africa. I do a lot of work there. I have a lot of contacts there. I'm leading another team in March of 2026. And this time last year, I was in Ghana, Africa. But I want to make sure with the ministry that, you pour in, you sow in, and then I want to send it out and abroad to help. And I really want to do things like build a school. That's on my mind and my heart, to build a school in Africa and to set up educational trades for women, because women are so on the low totem pole there. And so that's why, and that was one of the important reasons why I started Dr. Constance Smiley-Dial Ministries, so I can do that.
Do any of you have any questions for our illustrious author? Y'all have one question. How do I get the book? That's one.
For sure.
That's good.
I have a question. What advice would you give to someone else that's just starting out and wants to share with the world like you did? What advice would you give them?
What I would say, I would tell you this, to make sure you get in the circle of that, hang with people that could help you grow that, and don't be afraid. That's number one. Don't be afraid. And when I say afraid, because I want to tell you, I didn't just say, oh girl, I'm finna do this book and it's gonna pop out like this and all that. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, you don't let your fear shut you down and make you stagnant and you don't move. But it's important to be around like minds, and that's the same thing with that exposure. Whatever you expose a lot to, you're going to get some residue one way or the other. So you have to be careful about what grounds you're in, where you stand, and don't stay too long. Because sometimes you need to take that plant up, take the good root part of it, and you know your mom and them used to pull off the plant and then put it in another pot with the soil, and then it begins to grow. And that's what you need to do.
There's a handsome guy that has a question over there.
Oh, he's sitting by my baby daddy.
It is.
So I had a question. If you would, having, impacted so many young people's lives over time, if you would maybe share maybe the top 3 things you think are important to help shape and help guide the lives of young people. And even, with this huge milestone as well, and achievement, what are some of the things you think are like the most important things to pour into young people to really try to help guide them?
Okay, if we're going to be guiding them, that's what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
I was asked this question at one of the, at my home when I did the initial one, book launch. And I'm going to say to you all, I'm glad that I work with children. I stay young. I don't, it's something about working with the youth. But if we're going to be working with the youth, what I like to do, I like to get to know the children. I encourage them. I think we as adults sometimes forget that childhood part of us. And when you lose it, you can't relate to them. Okay? So I would say for the leaders here, you work with children or your parents, you must stay connected to them and where they are. And they are so creative, and they don't have fear and they have trust. When you tell a child that you're coming back at 3 o'clock to pick them up, they don't doubt that you're not going to come back. They know that you're going to come back. So their trust is there. Their creativity is present. So don't kill the creativity. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh no, you can't do that. Why you want to do that? Let them be with that. And then I would say always too, to stay childlike with them. It's still keeping your authority, because I still have my authority with the kids. But they know they can run up and hug me. They know they can talk, and we'll laugh, we'll dance, and we have to learn as adults. We have gotten in our brain that with society, and when we're growing and we get into jobs, we get into careers and all that, we tend to lose that, and then we let things be dropped on us that we can't do this, can't do that, can't. But when we were young, we did it, and pretending. We did it. You remember that? I don't know about you all, but we made like the doll had hair when she didn't have them. I mean, we was out there making mud cakes. We were very creative, and we really thought we could really do anything. We were running around with Superman. I remember my brother them used to tie muddy sheet, and she wanted to book them. Tie their behind up their sheet and tied around their neck. Now they out there running around. She like, give me my sheet. Give me my sheet. Run around. Jumping around with the thing on the back of, and your mama wanted them sheets, because girl, we ain't have that many. So you out there running around with her big sheet tied around your neck, and you Superman or somebody. But yeah, I think those 3 things that you must have, and you have to maintain. And I don't, with the children, I laugh and play with them. And I have some of my co-workers here today, they'll tell you, I'm really without, and I'm always been a talker. I have not, raising my sons, I wasn't, I'm not against spanking. I ain't saying nobody here about that. But I found that for me, talking was better. Now, did I whoop them sometime? And they can count them on maybe on one hand. But I was a talker because I wanted to get through the end of it. But then there was always a consequence with it. And I felt like my mom, she had 6 of us. She was doing the best she could do with what she knew. But when we know better, we do better, right?
Yes.
And I got a couple. I didn't get that many whoopings. I'm gonna be honest, because I sat down somewhere. I set these whole hips down. You understand what I'm saying? And if Muddy told me she could take me out, I believe she could take me out. And nobody come to find out back. You know what I mean? So I'm serious. And when she said that, I took it as law. See, I believed her and I trusted. I took it as law. Whatever my mama said, I took it as law. I ain't had to go and figure it out. If Muddy said don't do it, I wasn't gonna do it. Now some of my other siblings, they pushed that envelope, but I'd be the first one raise my hand. She come in and she lined us all up. Who did? Everybody, they knew. They said, "You been not sitting in front of her. She gonna tell it." I'm gonna raise my hand. I'm gonna raise my hand. I'm gonna tell the truth because I'm not gonna get these whoopings and get tore up. And then I was going to Catholic school, and that was another point for me too. Going to private school. Schools make a difference where your children attend. Because at that private school, I saw some different.
South Carolina's offense will start this game off with
Station break. Because I thought, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Catholic school.
Catholic school. Okay, so when I was coming out of the hood, because my mom was on Section 8, and so we was living in the project. So when I got a chance to go to St. James, started at 3rd grade, it opened me up. I was able to see, I was exposed to something that I had never seen. And majority of them at the time, with the school I was attending, parents were bringing their kids, they were lawyers, they were teachers, they were librarians, they were all this, and they was driving their cars. We didn't have a car. I walked from, I don't know if y'all know where, past over there by Shepherd's Lounge, over there by Blount High School where the old Blount used to be. And I would walk to school every day, never late, rain, shine, whatever. But I was exposed to what I could in education, and that's what shifted that. But stay young and stay with your kids and let them talk and have open dialogue with your kids. Everything don't need a spanking, everything don't need, and do have consequences because life gonna give them that. So you don't wanna make like it's just gonna be a piece of cake. But give them consequences and not so much of.
Anybody else have questions? Oh, we have one right back here.
I just want to commend you for Africa. Thank you. I went there. I've been to Ghana, Ethiopia, Togo, and Kenya.
Okay.
And the devastation to me was the poverty and the way women are treated.
That's correct.
Because that's what really made me not like it. Because I didn't like the way women are treated there. So if you can help that situation, God walk with you.
I mentor a lot of women. Thank you. I mentor a lot of women in Africa, Uganda, Kenya. And I did a lot of children work, more so when I went to Ghana. And I was always in the bush. I've never really stayed like in the city part. But I have some friends here that remember when I first started. My sister Monique, and she said, "Constance, you going to Africa?" But when she heard my voice and I said that's what I want to do, she said, "Okay, girl, now I know what my job is." She said, "I'm the sender." She said, that ain't for me to go, but I'll help you go. And every time I went, she's always assisted me or made sure we got the money to go on the trips to do the work.
We had another question up front.
Thanks, Dr. Dial. So you talked about the seed for the book being planted in a moment of self-reflection and journaling. Can you talk about the importance of that, just spending time listening to the voice of God and just having those times of self-reflection?
Yes, and I think when you are listening to the voice of God, you have to be open to hear from different ways. And I think some people are sitting and waiting for like an audible, and it doesn't come that way for everybody. Now I have heard audible, like I heard in my ears, and I was in Africa when I did it. And God told me if I had been anywhere else, I would have been out the will of God. And I heard that audible, like in my ear. But I think you have to be ready to hear God in different ways. And I think we don't think of our self-being, and Holy Spirit is on the inside. It's not outside. It's inside. So then if it's inside, then it will be coming from inside. And not so much from outside. So I think when you beginning to hear and want to hear more of the voice of God, that quiet time makes a difference. I can't say for everybody else, because you know God comes to you at different times, or you meditate at different times. I'm an early morning, and it has not changed with me in the years I've been saved, and it's always going to be like 3 a.m. And some of y'all be getting them texts from me by 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, oh Lord, they gonna probably say, come on, you gonna stop texting somebody at some 4 o'clock in the morning. But between the 3 to 6 hour, that's when God speaks, and you have to find that time. And sometimes you need to be alone. You need to be alone to hear God, because you can have too much going on. You don't think it is. And you could be doing good things, like going to work, you taking care of kids, you taking care of husbands, you take care of all that. As my husband, I'm like, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go somewhere. And it don't mean you got to spend, circulate a whole lot of money. But I'm talking about you can just set a day. I just wanna set a day just for me. Just quiet, no phone ringing, no going anywhere, just sitting with yourself, or just playing your music, or doing something that you love. I mean, I've heard God speak to me while I'm just sitting reading. But I'm in that position where I can hear it. Did I help?
Yes,
Okay.
That's real good. Any other questions from the audience? Well, we do want people to know how, we have books here. We don't want, books are not free, everyone. So we just want to know how much are the books to purchase, so that people can prepare themselves, and what are the ways that they can purchase?
Well, they are $24.98, but that's the number that God gave me, $24.98. I don't know why, because I guess he was talking about these pennies gonna be rolled up. So now you know you're gonna go and take it on up, right? It's gonna be $25. So I guess he was cutting off them pennies before I got started with it. And I didn't know that was coming. But you can also get them on Lulu. I am preparing, also you have the QR code over there. You can scan and you can order them. You can get an ebook as well off the QR code, and I'm self-published. I went through lulu.com and did my book, and you can reach it there, and it's going to be coming out on Kindle and Amazon as well. But right now, QR code, and you can go Lulu and get it, and then I have many at home as well. So if you call
And
me,
you can purchase it today.
Yeah. Purchase today, and
Get it signed.
yeah,
And
and I
get it
can get it
signed.
signed. You can
There
have
you
it
go.
signed today. So how amazing is
Oh,
that?
we got a question.
Yeah. I actually don't have a question, but I have read the book.
Oh.
And it is amazing. It is for everyone. I have my book, and she signed it for me, and she will vouch that it's highlighted and written in and everything. And I think that everyone will be pleased with it. You will definitely get something out of it. And if you are a visual person, she has stories in there that will make you feel like you're in the room. My favorite one was the one with Mary, when the angel came to her and told her she was expecting. And I have chills now just thinking about it. It made me feel like I was there. She's very visual and intent on making sure you understand what she's saying, that you just, I don't know. You will enjoy the book for sure.
Thank you.
I love that testimonial. We might need to get
thank
that
you.
recording and put it on the website.
I wanted each chapter to give you some thoughts afterwards to make you think and look within yourself and come up with ideas or thoughts that you're thinking about. And then there are scriptures that you can go to that you've heard of, and some that you haven't. But yeah, so that you would leave away with the book with some thoughts of your own. So I'm trying also myself to plant a seed that you would grow from as well.
Y'all, please, let's give it up for Dr. Constance.
And I don't take it lightly. I want you all to really know I appreciate you all for showing up, because y'all could have been anywhere else that you want to be. You could have been resting. Some of us work Monday through Friday, and Saturday is like your rest day, you know, but y'all got up early this morning, put your clothes on, and put your one foot in front of another and came out here to support me. I want to let you know I am honored that each of you all have come. I've had some people come all the way from Atlanta to just support me. Some of you have come from Mississippi to support me all over from Atlanta. I got Atlanta, and I'm just DC in the house. But I'm so glad that you all came, because y'all could have did anything else on this Saturday, right? But y'all came to hang out with me, and I appreciate it, and to support me, and I really appreciate it so very much.
So we do have a lot of food left, so we want you to continue to eat, but we want to have closing remarks from Miss Monique Rogers, if you don't mind.
I want to thank you so much.
This is God. I love you, Doctor. And I'm just gonna, so we 30 some years.
Yes.
We met in church, and Pam and I and her, we would lay in church all day, lay on Saturdays, go house to house, trying to hear the voice of God,
Sure did.
so that we would know how to live. And to see God, I marvel at God in your life. It just ignites me to know that we seen Constance, but now we see Dr. Dial, and we see the woman of God, and I'm looking forward to even seeing what God's gonna do in you even more. Look, she look younger than she was.
That's gonna be my question.
When you stay, hey, wait a minute. When you stay in the presence of God, and when you read the Word of God, it restores your soul, and you become. Benita was in those prayers with us. Hey, Benita came all the way down from Irvington. All of us.
That came from Irvington.
I'm talking about 30 some years. 30 some years, and you know, so that's a testimony of God. Even when you might go in and out, but when it's God, a portion of your development, you might have to step back, and a portion of my development might have to step back. And we done did this. All of us have did, but we still know that we have a divine connection. But I remember when I heard all of this. And now I see it. I heard we pray, we crazy, and but I heard everything. I'm gonna go to school. So now she's a doctor. I mean, I'm like, she forever in school. And I'm the truth. No, I'm serious.
It's the truth.
But that means that when she put her mind to something, she's gonna do it. Because the encouragement of God in her. And then too, I want to honor Michael, because she can't do nothing. God has given her a seed protector to cover her through all these years, through all of this stuff that she went through. So see, this is your day. I ain't gonna go there, because I got something in me. And I know I got to deliver to people, and I don't want to bring it before time, but and I'm gonna say this to women, we have to honor the men. We talk at them, but we don't talk to where they're going. And we got to change what we see, because God called us to aid, assist, and help. And if Eve in the beginning was able to speak to a man to get him out of the will of God, the power we have inside of us to get the man into the will of God. So I'm just saying, let's just stop. I know whoever's supposed to be for me. I know I got the power. And I ain't finna trip no more. So I'm gonna hold on that. I got to be teaching them. So, but Michael, I honor you, brother. I really and I honor you because I know how hard she can be. So I love you, brother. I love you.
He's on the turtle. He's on the turtle.
Yeah. So I thank y'all for really taking time, really, and I'm sorry for being late. I had on a little cute little outfit. It was too short for grandma, my grandchildren were
We just had this conversation downstairs.
Yeah.
Me and Raven.
So I'm sorry, and thank y'all so much. And then for the women in here, I am looking
Some
forward by
powerful
the end of the year to do something where we are breathing and we're talking, and I'm able to talk about, and we talked about it with Rochelle, that we want to talk about our it and whatever our it is, to give you an opportunity just to have a talk out, to breathe, to discuss life, and stop doing church and just start to do life.
Get rid of the church brain.
We try to do church, but we don't know how to do life. So I want us to get to that place where we're doing life and understanding it, but the power is in us. So I want to connect with your energy before the year is out and sit with your sweat clothes on. Let's breathe. Let's talk. Pam's going to be a part of it. All of us going to sit here. But all y'all have a nugget to bring together.
Well, like I said before, we have plenty of food. We want you to mix and mingle. Dr. Dial, if you don't mind sharing and allowing people to purchase books here and get signed from you guys. So we want everyone, don't leave here without a book.
Told you not to worry, but maybe that's a lie. Honey, what's your hurry? Won't you stay inside?